Get rid of these motherfucking guns.
Yeah.
There's no need. You can point to protecting this, protecting that. When I see this event unfold, shoot first, ask questions later, and it's your own fucking daughter, did you need a gun, man?
Yeah. So it's about 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah. What are the facts on this?
Right. So it's early in the morning, 2 or 3 in the morning, and
how old is this girl?
So apparently she's about, I want to say they said she was about 15, roughly.
So like high school age.
Yeah. And apparently she's sneaking back in the house.
And
she's coming through the garage.
Oh, is this like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah.
It's a weekend.
It's a weekend.
So she's out.
And what happens is the wife wakes the husband up. Hey, somebody's breaking in the house. So he grabs the gun. Right, and then he's going down to the garage, and as soon as he opens the garage door from the house, he opens fire. Like as soon as, door opens, he sees the person, bang, 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 and the girl goes down. She eventually dies, but you can hear on the 911 call, you can hear they released it, and it's like the wife is screaming, what do you do? What do you do? And then he's screaming, why were you in the garage? Why were you in the garage? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just wanted to talk. Like I wonder, maybe she's out dating, getting, being young.
Here's what I can't imagine.
Or out hanging out.
This is what I have the biggest issue with, from what you're telling me. She's 15. She's early high school. Now, people, whatever, they break curfew, they do stuff their parents don't want them to do. But my thing is, if you're the parent and your 15-year-old daughter's out past the time when
that
you're
you don't know,
her
though.
being out.
You don't know she's out.
Here's the thing. When my daughter's 15, I'm not going to bed not knowing where the hell she's at. At that age. That's what I have an issue with.
Yeah.
It's, again, especially if I said be home at X and you're not coming home. I'm on the phone. I'm calling your friends. I'm hitting them up on where are you? I had a situation with my son a little bit like that where he didn't come home when they thought he was going to come home. And, I'm not resting. I can't just sleep and pass out with the younger, daughter or child out. Now, 17, 18, 20, it's a different ballgame.
Yeah.
They come and go as they please. But at 15, I'm not having a peaceful night's sleep if my daughter's supposed to be home or whatever. Now, maybe there's some other factors. Maybe she was legitimately supposed to be sleeping at a friend's.
Well, I'm thinking,
and you know that, and now you figure, well, the house is, she's not here. It's me and my wife. I do hear a noise. Let me go down. But that goes to my point number 2. Get rid of these motherfucking guns.
Yeah.
There's no need. You can point to protecting this, protecting that. When I see this event unfold, shoot first, ask questions later, and it's your own fucking daughter, did you need a gun, man?
Yeah.
Did that gun, in however long you've lived, save your ass before? Did it?
Yeah.
Tell me about it, because I doubt it.
As a father, first my natural instinct was my wife or the noise run to my daughter's room.
That's another thing that crossed my mind. You're right, yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's your child. But you run, and obviously you're scared. So, the first thing you do is shoot. Like, scared people shoot like that.
Yeah, that's what scared people
do. If you're
do.
actually trained, not scared, you're going to try to figure out who it is, what it is, because you don't know what you're shooting at.
Yeah. Well, that's
a great point.
That's another thing, like with the guns, too. When people are not trained, and you in theory, you're buying this weapon to protect yourself in a time of danger, which is going to be high stress. And, if you go to the range and shoot a handful of times, that's not shooting in high stress. That's not making decisions. People that, in the military, people that are in law enforcement, people that live that life, sometimes they freak out in those situations, but they're trained for that.
Yeah.
Me, you, Dewey, with a gun and a couple hours at the range, you're not ready to react and make decisions, in the dark, in the middle of the night when you're waking up and you're near nervous or fearful. But a lot of stuff. If my daughter was out, I didn't know that like I wouldn't be sleeping if my daughter was home and my expectation
And then
was
she
she's in her
snuck
bed,
and she snuck out. That's what I'm thinking happened.
But I hear a funky noise. I'm probably gonna check her room,
Like he said, yeah.
Like Dooley said, before I do anything. It's just
Yeah,
a lot of weird stuff.
I have a lot of friends that are heavy on the guns, and they go out to the ranges, and then they buy 2, 3, 4 guns, and they got these fucking whatever military type guns and shit like that. And like you said, I can't think of one person that I know, family member or friend, where a gun has actually saved their life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some have fucking house full of guns.
Yeah.
And it's just. But I'm okay with it, I guess, because they feel like it's a sense of protection. And you hear stories where, in theory, a gun would help, i.e., the football player, I want to say Sean Taylor, where two people come in the house, they rob them. But at that point, if you're asleep and somebody comes and they come rob you, as most situations are, a lot of times if they're already there and inside, you don't have a lot of.
They have to jump on you.
They have to jump on you.
And then there's the issue that, like, okay, where is the gun kept and what condition is it in? Now, if you have kids in your house, you're probably going to safeguard your weapon. And so is it like locked away, or is the gun in one place and the ammo in another? If that's your situation, you're not
fucked.
saving your ass.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, so if you have kids, if you have kids, like, you, I don't know why you would have a fucking gun unless you think the government is just going to fucking flip out and send. I don't know. I don't know why you have a gun if you have kids, because you can't, like you said, it's not like you can have the gun under your pillow, under your bed. Like, that's just not a fucking possibility.
What if
for
you're
you.
really going at it and the gun goes off under your pillow?
And then it just
Hopefully
it doesn't blow my head away. I mean,
I lived to fuck another day. Hallelujah.
Oh, that's another thing about child support. You can't possess a gun if you owe any back pay.
If you owe back pay, you can't possess.
You can't protect yourself if you owe. They consider you're gonna go after the mother. But you can't possess a gun.
Which is a possibility.
So somebody breaks in, you just gotta take those bullets. You gotta say, boy, if I wasn't on child support, what I would do to you? But, they take your passport and your no gun license and any lot of.
Oh, so you can't flee.
Good grief, man.
I can't go to fucking Jamaica because of you.
Yeah.
Take me off this shit. I want me a Jamaican bitch. Or Haitian.
Or Haitian. That's funny though.
No.
But yeah, I don't. It's a terrible story, but there's just a lot wrong with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was like he just flipped that.
He can't. But think of him, man. Like he's fucking scarred for life. I don't know what the legal ramifications is going to be, but just mentally, I mean, he's fucking done.
Yeah.
And
He's fucking done.
what's the dynamic between him and the wife?
They can't go on.
Yeah,
They can't
like,
go on.
yeah.
That shit. Yeah, they can't go on.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
And
man.
if there's other kids in this family, like too, like it's just, I mean, it's just not. Yeah, and I actually have talked to a couple people that claim to have, utilized firearm to save themselves or get out of a situation, but it just seems like the overwhelming majority is the other side of this, where you have some stupid death or homicide. And you mentioned the football thing. I remember there was that, like, a linebacker from the Chiefs that ended up like getting in a fight with the girlfriend, shoots the girlfriend, went to the Chiefs facility and shoot himself.
Javon Belcher.
And like, look, I mean, everything I read about it, it was just a bad relationship and they were drinking. And if no guns were involved, 2 people aren't dead.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some level of domestic violence. Not saying that's a good thing, but it's probably better than being dead.
Yeah, of course.
It's that people who deal with guns always have the trouble. I don't throw any guns out. Nobody bothers me. And I talk a lot of junk. I just don't play in that world. So I don't have those problems. I don't have to protect myself. I don't think I'm going to have to protect myself. I just don't.
I'm with you. I mean, I've lived a pretty good chunk of time right now and never needed that.
Exactly.
I kind of mind my business. I engage with people, whatever. But I've never felt like, under attack or like, an attack is imminent upon me. It's just, It just seems crazy.
People think people who deal with the guns. They're the ones that seem like they're bringing the trouble to themselves. I don't know if it's. I don't know. It seems like they're always in something. Like I have to protect myself. Like from what?
Yeah, no, I do. I mean, it coincides with my like when I went to Toronto, Canada. One of the things I noticed was like I saw almost no police in the city of Toronto. There was one day I was walking, I saw a single police car, and I contrast that with like when you go certain places in the U.S. and there's a constant police presence.
Yeah.
That in and of itself is like an adjutant to people, and it creates a lot more situations that end in violence, that end in crime, than when there's just not that constant presence. And I think I agree with you. The gun, as whatever the private citizen owning the gun, I think it turns normal arguments into gunfights, and things like that have potentially life-ending, life-altering consequences.
Yeah, like you were saying, if they don't possess a gun, how can I shoot you if I don't possess one?
Yeah.
So it's like, if I don't care how we get into it, I can't shoot you if I don't have one.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's not going to do anything. Like, I don't play in that world. It's not my thing.